Hey everybody, how's it going? It's me, Nate, lost in time and space, back with another monthly Arkham News Roundup. In this series, I go over news and product releases for Cthulhu Mythos games over the previous month and quickly share my thoughts with you. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave it a thumbs up, as every like brings us one step closer to summoning the great Cthulhu. If you don't want to miss when my videos go live, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to become one of the many that are lost in time and space. Links to all the news in this video will be in the description down below. So without further ado, let's hop right into this month's news. Most companies and publishers spent the month preparing for Gen Con, and Chaosium was no exception. However, Gen Con is just one of the several gaming conventions happening around the globe this month. In honor of Necronomicon 2019, Chaosium will be unveiling a new scenario set, The Shadow over Providence. Set in the Milton Hotel, a callback to the real-life Biltmore Hotel in Providence, this adventure was written by John Hook of the Miskatonic University podcast, and features artwork and maps by Matt Ryan. The blog post made on Chaosium's website gives us the basic plot hook for this adventure by saying, quote, August 25th, 1928, Providence, Rhode Island. The Milton Hotel cordially invites you to view the fantastical traveling exhibition, The Kingdom of Fire, Egypt's 18th dynasty. All the way from the British Museum, London, England, come see these wonders of ancient Egypt, rare and priceless items from a time long ago. Learn about their history from Dr. Catlin Bronson, the exhibition's curator, who will be on hand to answer all of your questions. Marvel at the treasures of Tutankhamun and Hatshepsut, along with the star exhibition, The Mysterious Canopic Jar of Imhotep the Mad. Tickets are limited and going fast, and you don't want to miss out on what promises to be the most talked about exhibition of the year. So first off, apologies on my terrible Egyptian names. I'm really bad at pronouncing foreign words. My bad. This adventure sounds great for new or experienced keepers alike. The PCs don't necessarily have to be familiar with one another at the start of the adventure, which makes it a great starting point for a campaign into the mythos. Conversely, for veteran keepers, this plot hook is fairly easy to work into an existing campaign. Changing the time era and or location can be easily done with minimal effort. Printed copies of this will be available in limited quantities at Necronomicon this year, and PDF versions will be available afterwards. If you happen to be going to Necronomicon, I'll also be in attendance, demoing the Arkham LCG Friday and Saturday. Come find me and say hi. But speaking of the Arkham LCG, FFG announced a new standalone scenario pack for the Arkham LCG titled Murder at the Excelsior Hotel. The scenario was designed by Matt Newman, of course, and Nicholas Corey of the Mythos Busters podcast. It's really cool to see game developers do stuff like this with their communities. Matt and Nicholas also were in a promo video for the game, which I'll put up in the eye for you now, if you want to check that out. The scenario sees the investigators looking into the strange events that have been reported to have occurred at the Excelsior Hotel for some time now. Following up on a note that they receive, the investigators arrange a meeting at the hotel, hoping for answers. The investigators wake up in the room sometime later to the horrific sight of a dead man lying bleeding on the floor. Having no idea what happened, the investigators are left with a choice. Do they try to cover it up in order to protect themselves, or do they search for clues as to what really happened? The article on FFG's website reveals a couple of the new mechanics introduced in the scenario pack, along with spoiling a couple of the encounter cards. In order for the investigators to advance the act deck, they must control at least 2 lead assets. These are obtained by spending clues in an action to draw from the leads deck. This feels like a cool twist on the explore mechanic from the Forgotten Age. As for the encounter cards, well, Driven to Madness seems like your typical affair of an encounter card. Hotel Guest is our first sampling of the new keyword, Patrol. Enemies with Patrol that are unengaged and ready during the enemy phase move to a connecting location along the shortest path to the location designated on their card. This is similar to the Hunter keyword, but rather than closing in on an investigator, it moves to a targeted location. Another detail shared about this scenario is that there are a whopping 10 different versions of the final act. Damn. I've enjoyed the previous standalone adventures for the Arkham LCG, and this one piques my interest. Pre-ordering this on FFG's website will net you some art prints, as well as free shipping to the continental US. Murder at the Excelsior Hotel is expected to hit retailers Q3 of this year. Originally announced back in late April of this year, FFG shared some more info into the upcoming return to the Path to Carcosa. I've already made a video going into detail about this subject, which I'll link to you now if you're interested. In summary, the most recent article spoils some new encounter cards, shares some details into changes made to the Unspeakable Oath, and goes over some of the achievements and ultimatums introduced in this box set. This product is also expected to hit store shelves Q3 of this year. Whatever that means. On their live stream the day before Gen Con, FFG revealed a new board game to the Arkham Files line, To quote FFG's article here, Arkham Horror Final Hour offers your investigators a fast-paced, fully cooperative Arkham Horror gaming experience that can be played in under 60 minutes. As an endless tide of monsters sweeps across Miskatonic University campus, you must hold them back while searching desperately for the ritual components you need to put an end to the insanity. Your fate depends on the cooperation between you and your fellow investigators. The odds against you are astronomical, but if you fail, this will indeed be the final hour for Arkham and the world. Arkham Horror Final Hour has the investigators running around the Miskatonic University campus, gathering up clues, beating up Deep Ones and Shoggoths in the hope of reversing a cult's ritual and banish the Ancient One from the world. Players only have 8 turns to hopefully end the madness, with turns operating akin to other Arkham Files games. The players take their actions recovering ritual components or fighting Mythos baddies, then the Mythos enacts its horrors onto the world and summons monsters to slow the investigators down. The article on FFG's site makes a point to say that Final Hour is more focused on combat than most Arkham Files games. The characters previewed further reinforce this with investigators such as Jenny Barnes, a dual pistol-wielding dilettante, Michael McGlenn, a mobster with a Chicago typewriter, and Lily Chen, a renowned martial artist. The article goes into further detail into the mechanics of the game, which I'll go over in a future video, but suffice to say, I'm looking forward to an Arkham Files game that my playgroup and I can enjoy and still have time for another game. FFG has scheduled a live stream for the game's developers to play and showcase the game. There's also a live stream scheduled to showcase Dead of Night, the Arkham Horror 3rd Edition expansion, later this month. Arkham Horror Final Hour is expected to be released Q4 of this year, probably in time for the holidays. Chaosium recently announced on their Twitter account, Gateways to Terror, 3 Evenings of Nightmare. This collection of scenarios is intended each to be playable in a single game session. I couldn't find much more info about this product, but Chaosium did reveal the cover art in their initial Twitter post, which looks great. I was a big fan of the Edge of Darkness collection released a while back, and I'm curious to learn more about the adventures featured in this collection. If you have any further info about this, I would be really curious to know, so be sure to leave it down in the comments below. While not totally related to gaming, I did quickly want to share a post on Pelgrane Press's website. Robin D. Laws shared some Carcosa-themed drink recipes. As a chef, this has me inspired to write my own recipes for Mythos-inspired dishes. If you're interested in something like that, be sure to let me know in the comments below. But, I mean, come on. You can't play games and not have something to drink, right? Am I right? Rounding off this month's news, Critical Role played a Call of Cthulhu one-shot. Set in 1890s London, Shadow of the Crystal Palace is a special scenario developed by Chaosium for Critical Role. The investigators are hired by Rupert Merriweather, a name longtime Call of Cthulhu fans are sure to recognize, to break into the Crystal Palace and retrieve an ancient casket for him. As always, production value is excellent, and there are some great standout moments during the game that I won't spoil for you, but it's definitely worth a watch. It would be cool to see if Chaosium eventually releases this scenario to us plebs, but only time will tell. That's going to do it for this month's Arkham News Roundup. What did you think of this month's news? Are you excited for another Arkham Files game? Was there any news that I had missed? Be sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching, and have a great day.